Well, hello and a happy Sunday to all of y'all. We've got quite the crew. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together we are
PM Artist Studio. I just decided to go low today.
Yeah, you did. You went low.
I'm having issues.
I know, the poor baby is too. Poor little thing. I'm backing that up. It's just, I don't know why you're so big. Oh, it's auto-focusing. I'm going to fix that. Hold on. I turned that on. I was like, I'll see how that goes. I don't like it. I'm not.
Was it making decisions for you?
Yeah, and I don't like it.
I love your apron, by the way.
Thank you. This is my birthday apron from Ann. I'm very excited about wearing it. Not that I'm doing anything messy, but I'm wearing it because it's stylish.
Thank you, Ann. Look at my card matches my outfit today.
Yeah, that was, I don't think she
And I
planned
must
that.
say this is a stellar example of stenciling. Just crisp image, lovely, and I love the background. I love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much. Thank you for the nice note on the back.
I know, she wrote me one too. It made me cry.
Mine did too. I'm not gonna read it.
Okay, now I got that all fixed. I think I got you backed up
You
and
autofocus
off. I tell you, I just don't like the don't make decisions for me, camera. All right, well, hello and happy Sunday to all of y'all. Please do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. If you haven't given those thumbsy upsies, this is the perfect time to do it because it's the beginning of the stream, and this lets people know, hey, something fun's happening over here. You should come join us. If you're on replay, that's okay. It also lets people kind of know, and it says, oh, you liked this, so I think some people that like the same things might like this too. That's sort of how that works. Come back, leave those comments, even though if you are in the live stream, we love it when you come back, leave some comments, or if you're watching the replay, please leave those comments. We love those. All right, have all that done. Now let's say hello to everyone. We've got... let's see. We have Ann, Heather, Barbara, Candy, Carrie, Christy, Daniela, Darcy, Joni, Judy P, Julie, Christy, Meese. Hello. That's my best friend. It was her birthday the other day too. Lisa. We got lots of Lisas today. Some new Lisas.
Oh, what is their last initial, Lisa?
Lisa Stevens is a new one because we got Lisa Mingus, and then we've got, Sirius Hecka. Well, I think she popped in, said hello. She's going to go have lunch and do all that business. But
She'll be back.
She'll be back. Maggie, Martha, Mary Ann, Mary Ellen. Nightbot, she. I have said that Nightbot is a girl. I really wish they'd make her pink. That would help.
It would. What color is she?
It's kind of bluish. But that's okay too. I love blue too. I'm just saying for my brain. Silver Granny Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn. Susan the Frame, Texture Junkies, that's Sharon the Fiber Goddess, that's Connie Constance. She goes by both, I think, Trish. And then we have Violet. Those of you that have the little wrenches by their names, those are our mods. If you have questions, they're going to be very helpful along with Nightbot. All right, got that all out of the way there. I have some announcements and things that I want to touch upon. Okay, so the October giveaway, still have an opportunity because we're not doing that until, on this coming Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month. So you still have time. Don't stress yourself out about that. You don't have to have a project that is associated with it. Really, all you have to do is say, hey, I watched this stream. Here's the link. It has to be one of the PM Artist Studio or video. I mean, we do have videos. We do videos every once in a while. Mainly streams. I was inspired by this, and this is the little thing that I made, or I tried this technique. It does not have to be a big old project thing by any means. I mean, of course, we love it.
A little card.
Could be like, hey, I tried my hand at some tags. This was the stream that I watched it on. That will suffice. I don't want you guys to get stressed out about it. That's all I'm saying about that. November header. Remember, if you're posting over in Makers, that is the Makers of Mixed Media Artists Facebook group, put that hashtag or look for that. Judy's in charge of that business. You can put the hashtag there so you'll be considered to be the new header. And, okay, sorry, that ding was, and then tag swap is going on. I think, you have till the end of the month to get your tag to your person. Joni's in charge of that. All right. Hello, Fiona, and hello, Mitzi. Got some people coming in. All right. I think that's it. That's all I got to say about that, I think.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, well, I've queued up a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't know how much we're going to make through, but I'm just going to kind of do it organically and as it comes to me. And
Do I need to go topside? Hey, Chris. No worries. Lurk away.
yes, please.
All right.
Okay, so anyway, okay, I don't want to talk about those just quite yet, but I don't want to lose them. So, you know, I really got into this. What is the name for this? Marbling.
Yeah. Crackling marble. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I love it. I could sit here and do this stuff all day long. But I think there are some things I want to talk about. Number one, we're going to see when I pull this one if the metallic paint comes off. Because I was noticing on these, if the metallic paint was like the first layer on there, it had a tendency to leave a lot of residue, and henceforth other prints would not pull quite as cleanly.
Oh.
So I'm not sure that that's the case, so we're going to go ahead and pull this print, and it is on good paper, and it's pulling lovely. I think it might have something to do with the fact that my plate was conditioned. I conditioned all of my plates, by the way. But this actually has texture. I can feel with my fingers when I run it over it. Because remember, I used the credit card to pull it across rather than brayer it on. And why did I do that? Because I wanted it to deposit that little edge of more paint. And can you see it?
We can.
How it kind of collects on the edges. So when you do that, you need to go all different ways if you want to deposit that.
I just don't know what's up with the light over there. Sorry. That's better. It's just when you have it here, you got kind of a dark area right next to closer to you. So if you keep it further up, then...
Okay. Like that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a little better.
I can do that. You might need to
I will.
remind me.
Remind
But
you.
anyway, I think this is quite lovely, and I love these colors. I pulled it with...
Anthony got his tags. You were most welcome. Thank you for,
I pulled this with
agreeing, sort of.
the micaceous iron oxide.
I didn't really give Anthony much of a choice, really. Just, we're going to send you some tags. It's great. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Now, I want to talk about this because I am... Can you see the little spots of gold out there? And can you see how the plate is actually has an impression from the...
All right, so...
Tell me what to do.
Bring it closer to me a little bit. Yeah, and then kind of do some of your... Because then you'll hit the light and you'll really see the sparkly bits when it, reflects on the light.
But can you see the indentations there?
I'm not really seeing the indentations on the screen.
I don't know how to...
I mean, if you can kind of show me where we're looking at here.
Okay, but let me get a dark
That might help.
background as opposed to a light background. Maybe that will. Okay, can you see on the plate how it has imprinted the plate?
Mm-hmm. You guys see that now? I can see it. I know what you're talking about now, at least.
So, there is that. When you leave it on there overnight, that is going to happen. Now, it's going to gradually release. We know that because we've done this with other things. But somebody asks, and somebody always asks, how do you know when to clean your plates? You know when to clean your plates when you're not getting a clean pull. I always take my tape first and do the edges. And when I put this down here, I'm really creasing along that edge.
Yeah, so Darcy said she saw some pitting there, and that was from the design.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, Barbara.
Because remember, the paint was put on there very... Helps if you can... But see, look at all that goo that I'm getting off there that you don't really see. We don't really need any of that on there right now because it's not going to help us in the process of getting these to come off as we're adding multiple layers. All right, now, you know, I really, it's kind of not ha-ha funny, but, you know, like interesting funny.
Not jokey funny.
Not
Funny like that could be a weird smell. It's a little off. Could be interesting.
Okay, so I know that when I start getting all this stuff around here,
Hey, Paula.
this is my, and this is so weird because this is not a cut print. Can you see that little dippity doodah there?
Dippity doodah. Did you guys notice? You guys may have already said something, but let's call out how lovely and insightful and yeah. I was like, is that on your wrist or is it on your neck? I'd like to know how much ding donging I'm gonna hear during the stream today.
Well, it just depends how animated I get.
Okay.
But did you notice my little
Bakelite.
Bakelite? Yeah. I'm really concerned about, they're on here with this string, and it used to be wrapped with this kind of faux leather stuff, and it is gradually just kind of peeled off, and yeah.
An exposed string.
So I don't know its longevity, but anyway, anyhow, okay, enough said about that. Let's get on with the plate cleaning. All right, so we removed all the big chunks. Now we're going to take our what do you call this stuff, Mariah?
This is the mineral oil. And specifically, this is a one that you would use to like clean your cutting boards with, or condition your cutting boards. Sorry,
yes.
Condition.
Yeah.
They actually have a soapy stuff too. That
food grade.
Food grade. So you can, it's not gonna hurt you.
No.
Might give you the poops, but
yeah. No, you can
don't drink it.
Lick your fingers.
Unless you're,
having a little problem.
You can also find it in the pharmacy.
I just think this is so funny. This.
Hello, Melody.
Oh, we gotta.
Hello, Art Curious. And hey, Fran.
Hey, Fran. Did you see? Did she just pop in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, you missed out on a good one.
I
pulled it. I'm gonna bring it back over here and show her.
He's really loving on the marble crackle.
Yeah, the mappy stuff that you call it. Look at that. You can actually count the layers there. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth layer is that micaceous iron oxide, which I really like that stuff. I don't know what Mariah's doing. She's
probably
pooty-dooting around here. Okay, where's my... And like I said, I like, if I'm cleaning this, I'm cleaning my plate, I'm going to clean this around the edge as well. Because that's what lets me know, as much as anything, it really is time to give that plate a little bit of a cleanup. And be careful not, cut yourself there.
Oh, okay. Miriam, now I'm figuring that out. Sorry.
What?
Miriam is Art Curious. I haven't watched your video yet. That was so sweet of Janet to post it for you. I'm looking forward to it. She posted it kind of right as we were getting things ready here, but
I really like that y'all are kind of helping each other out.
Yes. I mean, we'll make it as a group.
Really?
Otherwise,
okay, well, there's some mucky muck on the back there. I always kind of try to pick that up because then I'm not, like, constantly.
She had pushed the lamp back, which then was causing it not to, light up the area I needed it to light up. Because I noticed this board thing has now expanded into the space.
I don't even know what she's talking about. She's just going on.
Yeah, just go on.
Going on. Okay. I'll see. It's like washing windows. It's always on the other side, right? Yeah, sure enough.
Al Francis, she must use the micaceous more.
I'm telling you what, that is some awesome.
And Violet said, Fran, I mentioned that the other day. I think that's a form of I told you
Okay,
so.
well, we know we've got a clean plate here, so we're good to go. It is a little pocky.
A little what?
Pocky.
Pocky? Pity.
Pity pocky. Pity pock. The pity pocks have occurred because of the being left on the thing overnight. It will eventually
The paint
recover.
protruding the plate.
It will, yeah.
In a prolonged manner.
In a prolonged manner. Yes. Thank you, Mara.
I'm enjoying that.
I'm sure that you are. Okay, now what was I going to do next? I don't really know. But I did clean my plate.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it? It's pristine almost.
Yeah.
Except for the pity pocks, and that's okay. We don't care.
Anthony
We
says
know
horse
that
pocket.
it will recover. It may take a while. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do this right now because I would like to get this on here and ostensibly pull it. Okay, now, Fran, listen up, girl.
All right, wait 1 second before you go into that. Now, I will remind you that you're going to, tell Fran something.
Okay.
Lynn would like to know, how do you store your naked gel plates when not in use in their clamshells, or leave them on? She leaves them, so she has a rack, and I can. Lynn, are you part of Makers? I'm sorry. I know I feel bad when I ask you guys that because I feel like I should already know, but
This is what I store them in when they're not on my shelf over
yeah,
here.
when she. Yeah.
This is an 8 by 10.
But then she keeps them, on the acrylic plate thing, the sheet, the.
Yeah, they're just over there. But when I store them in here, I put a piece of paper down. And the reason I do is because I noticed that there was a lot of stuff collecting on the inside of the tin that wasn't necessarily what I wanted.
Well, and it was creating the pitting.
Yeah. All right, now, I don't usually do this. Leave something on there, but I was obviously in a hurry. Because I left it on because it's kind of some cool stuff. But you can see, I mean, it came off onto the paper. And this plate probably needs to be
Reconditioned.
reconditioned.
Because the paper has kind of sucked it up.
The paper sucks it up. And you know, if you're storing them for long periods of time, I don't advise doing this. I really need to leave this out so I can take care of that.
All right, Lynn, I will tag you on the post.
It's kind of
About the
hard to
rack.
find those things. Those
I'll tag you.
tins.
Oh, the tins, yes. But they're kind of back in
Are they back in?
production.
Okay.
There for a while, like, you couldn't find them. And then people were, like, price gouging like crazy. Like,
I was
crazy.
freaking out. I was going, how the hell did that happen?
I'm like, well, And then I tried to buy these plastic things that she poo-pooed on. But it turned out to be fantastic for the markers. Because even little pooker butt, Izzy, she can, get in there and open them, and they sort of stay contained. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I do.
She gets them out on the floor, and then
They're not so deep that she can't find them, but they're
So
deep
she
enough
leaves-
that
yeah,
you can have
which is
more than
nice.
one layer. They're really ideal for that. Okay, so, well, Fran, speaking of, what I did here is I mixed the micaceous.
This is Fran's. We're calling this Asemic Symbols.
Simic symbols. I love it. I'm just really, and I'm going to try something here.
She
in
gave
just a
me
minute.
2 lines of it, and then I kind of repositioned some of them, and then P came in and said, "This one needs to go here to kind of balance it out." So
Yeah, I tried to get the.
all the symbols are Fran's, but I did do a little altering.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying.
but it's basically Fran's vision.
Yes,
Nothing has been altered on here other than the symbols have been moved about the cabin.
I made a new. I wrote a different.
Now, here's the thing. I told Mariah, I said, Mariah, I think this would make marvelous strips. And she's like, well, people can do that on their own.
I
You
spread 'em out.
certainly can. All you have to do is just tape off one thing and you've got a strip.
Or you can cut it.
Or you can
And
cut it because
extend it.
she's left enough space in between these. Now, the only place where it's going to get really iffy is right there. I wouldn't cut these. I'd just tape them off because the other thing is sometimes I really like this hole like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't recommend cutting it. You can if you want to, but I don't recommend it. It's not for this one anyway. So you can see what side I've got, what side I had down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody understands that. That this is one that I used my credit card, scraped it through there, using this and this. And I really like how it kind of came to kind of a it was very loosey-goosey. What was wonderful is that I used the side of the stencil that has the little ridge on it, and you can feel that. It makes a difference, especially if you're using kind of loosey-goosey paints like the fluid acrylics. Because they're a little, but I wanted this because I like that it deposits itself up against the edge much better than the heavy bodies.
Freya says you used my symbols, but you wrote a different poem. That's right.
Same words, yes. All right. Now, what I thought would be fun is to take this, put it back down now, and make it sort of off a bit, and use a different...
Sorry.
What?
Okay.
What?
You know, I see your two hands out there, and then your little bead thing kind of comes in at the top and almost look like another set of hands. And I was like, did you see
finally,
me?
I've got one coming out my forehead. I've wanted it for my whole life.
Oh my gosh, it's kind of like a little Muppet hand.
Okay. All right, now we have to decide on, we want it semi-transparent. We know that.
Oh, yes, you can store them in the clamshell. No problem there. One of the reasons Pete stacked them, and so that they were getting cracked.
Oh, yeah. They were just falling apart because I would wrench and open them up, and then it would, yeah.
So, yeah, if you want...
And a couple of them arrived kind of beat up.
Yeah, that's true, because we ordered them online.
Yeah. All right, I love this color because it looks a little bit like tarnish. Sort of, kind of. Why are you laughing?
A lot of them saw the third hand.
Coming in like that?
Yeah.
Where do I need to be?
Yeah.
It's kind of driving me crazy because I can feel it hitting my head here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what?
This is one of those outfits. You were looking good, but...
Well, okay, so here's the deal. Can't shower till Wednesday because if I get soap or water in my eye and start rubbing at it, it's going to move that lens about. So I've got till Wednesday to wash my hair. So, yeah, it was looking pretty gnarly.
I was wondering that.
Yeah, it says so on the piece of paper that I got from them. Oh, it's not a very. It's a sort of a half of a circle. All right, all right. Now, also, this is, you notice, opaque. We're going to kind of unopaque it ever so slightly. Now, I got way too much paint on the last one, so I'm going to kind of, back off a little bit here. I love that agave. I just love it. And then we're going to use a little bit. I really,
yes, out of her third eye comes a third hand.
I really want something a little bit more. Okay, I think this is going to be a good one.
Is that the one?
I think it is. And this stuff crazes. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Like crazy.
Like crazy. And I'm really irked because, see, I left a whole bunch of paint there. That's why I'm being a little more circumspect.
No, she. They're dropping crystal balls and asking if you can
tell fortunes.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have those abilities.
I don't. I
tell you, we'd be making a lot more money. If that were the case.
That's so rude.
Hers is just more of a.
Rude.
She's more of a spiritual soul.
There you go. And you got to kind of look at where it's going and where it isn't. And just keep scraping because you're trying two things. You're getting it distributed evenly. And you're making the design go to the outside of the shape. Look at that. I wasted very little paint.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Now you have kind of one spot in your upper right corner, I think it's your upper right, yep, that's the one, that some of your paint didn't get down in there. I don't know if you care about that.
I think I did. I think you're just seeing a shadow.
Okay.
See?
Oh, Louise, she says nice vintage colors.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, friend, you're just going to have a conniption fit. You know that word conniption?
Mm-hmm.
Mimi used to use that
Yeah,
word.
don't have a conniption fit. I think that's more of a negative thing.
Oh, not necessarily. I'm rolling it off. I
She
doubt
really
that I'll
wants to
get any.
say, you're going to pee yourself.
Yeah. Really? Oh, that's kind of nice. But isn't that a gorgeous color? Come on now. Give me some love. Give me some
Yeah,
love.
you're getting some ooze.
Well, I want that to hang on the wall there, but...
It's probably equally accurate, Julie. She says she has the magic 8-ball. What does it tell you right now? Ooh, I like that. That looks cool. It's kind of like, you know, in the movies, whenever they're kind of deciphering something, or like it's kind of coming up on the screen, and it looks like it's, you know, coming into view kind of deal, like where, yeah, that's like what.
Now we have to let that dry, and we will make decisions on what color we're going to pull that with, okay? So you can be thinking upon it.
See, Francis, exactly, Mariah. I'm not connipting.
She's not connipting.
Oh, it looks great.
No connipting.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Hello, Tanya.
And I don't know why. I really, you know, I've got to do some more realigning here to get
Thank
my
you.
folk art Inca gold and...
Hey, technically those are mine. They are on loan.
Well, what are you going to do with them?
Tell you to use them.
Oh, well, there you go. All right.
It says maybe. The 8-ball says maybe.
Maybe.
See? On 8-ball.
Mayfie. That's what...
I hate it when it says come back and ask me later. Like, how do
Oh
I
my
have
gosh,
time?
does it really do things like that?
It does.
All right, I want to show you my observation. I'll kind of lead into it with these. Okay, so Mariah said, Mother, I need cards.
Mm-hmm.
And being the dutiful partner in this.
Plus, she has a stack of prints that needed
Yeah.
that aren't, you know, ones that are probably going to be large enough, you know, because size-wise or...
Parts of them were good, other parts of them were really pukey, and they just weren't print quality. I didn't feel
Not
good about
formatting.
them. Yeah. And this one was absolutely fabulous, but it's on tissue paper, and I'm going, well, wasn't that a really DA move?
Rhonda.
So I said, well, let me see, because Mariah is like, she's the master gluer. Well, I want you to notice on these.
You did a swell job.
I glued where... Now, on some of them that I did glue down, you can see where my little because they're like, yeah, okay. And they all aren't pristine. But isn't this wonderful? Because this was such a wonderful print, had such beautiful colors on it. Hey, friend, there's your tomato.
Yeah.
Tomato.
And those are twisty...
The wires.
Yes. Twisty electric wires.
Twisty electric wires. I'll tell you what, those are great. And I've got some
Easy
other
name.
cards where I've got their little negative thing on there. They look like tubers.
Oh, yes. And Paula, she used her little tuber babies on some of the things she's been...
Oh, good. I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, they're really quite... I'll hand you those because we don't want to muck those up.
No, ours are spectacular.
We don't want to muck those up. All right, now here is a tissue paper. But it's got some really lovely, sparkly, goldy stuff going on there.
And I
All
really
right.
wish I could get this darn light right, but it's just... And it's really weird because
What is
the dark, you know, the lighting over on this side, I think it's that side. Yeah. It is what's kind of being...
This side?
Yeah. Being poopy today. Yeah.
Huh. Well, everything is the same.
I know. Well, we have, it's a little overcast today outside, so you're not getting a lot of that
okay.
light that kind of comes from.
Okay.
So we're trying to make up for it.
All right, so I'm going to, what did I do with the friends?
Oh, the tomatoes are the best. Yeah, the tomatoes are, yeah, a tomato sun print.
Okay, we're just going to use this because we've got it here, and I think it's going to be really sort of marvelous on here. But if you're using this as a stencil on top of your paper, what do you have to be aware of?
Smushing.
It's not sucking down on there like on your plate.
Yeah.
So the Pouncy thing isn't really the only way to go, and I'm not a real big Pouncy fan. I mean, I do it, but I get it all over me, and
Darcy's last video, she pounced like a professional pouncer.
okay, I'm a sucky poo-poo pouncer, and I don't want to start off with my hands being all ooked up.
Well, can you put that off to the side?
I can. But this is what I would do. This color combination that I've got going here, and I could even put it on the plate and then pull it with this piece of paper. But that, I think, look, can you just see that color on top of that? How that's going to look kind of mystical and moody. And I hate when Mariah's laughing and then she says, share what's going on.
I was letting you finish your thing. Sorry. Well, I can't stop the laughing. Like, I can't, you know, because some of the stuff's funny. So Angela says, I love the hairy circle. I think she's talking about the urchins, the flower urchins from Fran.
Oh!
Yeah, the hairy circles. I might have to AKA that one in the shop.
Absolutely. And if you put it down on the squares, on the wonky net and whatnot, it looks like somebody shot a shotgun through a screen.
And Darcy liked that idea.
What idea? This idea.
What you were saying, that yes, you could do that.
Yes, and just, you know, you can Pouncy Pounce if you want to. And the Pouncy Pounce gives you a lot of color change options that you can kind of, you know, gradually change your color, whatever. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan. I don't have the patience for it.
Belinda wants to know what your plan is with the little paint pieces that you put off into the little jar.
Well, I haven't decided if I've collected enough of them yet. I need enough to do something really, you know, like gobsmacking.
Well, and I think
awesome.
Right, and I think that you need enough variety that, like, if you wanted to create some kind of
I have a jar up here, a bigger jar, but yeah. I need about 3 or 4 of these before I'm really. And I'm not even going to tell you because it would spoil the surprise. Okay, so there's that. I'm going.
Paula says, P, not to poo-poo carry sponges, but do use a stencil brush. So much cleaner. That's what Paula does. The stencil brush things. We don't have any of those.
Well, I have a great big huge one.
Yeah, they're not the same.
That isn't the same?
These stencil brush things are pretty nifty.
Well, I don't have any.
And I think that's what Darcy was using too. She had the little handle things, you know, and it's even kind of ergonomic, which is sort of nice. Because then you're not like right up on it. So it's more.
Well, I probably need one of those, but you know.
Well, you actually need a couple because then that way you can.
Procurement department here is kind of lax and
holding funds,
hooking me up with the things that I really need. All right, now here we go.
We're tightening up over here at PM because we've got, you know, some bigger things we want to do.
All right, well, I'm just going to share a whole bunch. Y'all know I was doing my little non-traditional.
Oh, Darcy used makeup brushes you use for inks. So I think they're kind of similar
ones that they
to
have
like the sponges, but they're on a little thing. I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
All right, I spent some time here on this little hooter dooter. This is the outers of the reindeer. The mamas and the papas and the babies. And their little
and you get the outers.
This little thing, which I haven't done anything with, but I thought it was marvelous, and at some point in time I will.
Those are accessories.
Yeah, but I had to cover those up because I'm going to do a bit of pouncing today with just what I have. But I just
Darcy's going to hook us up with one so we know what it is. I thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay, now look at this. Okay, so I brought in the trees, and it's not these trees. It's
Oh, Judy's gonna send us some too. We might have a whole set.
These trees, the outers, never ever go without saying, send me the outers.
Okay, and just so you guys know that most of the time,
unless it's fiddly stuff.
Unless it's fiddly stuff, we're including outers. Inners, if it's big and we get it off the plate and it goes, you know, nicely, we're probably going to include that whether you ask for it or not. Now, if you for sure want something in particular that you have ordered, you need to let us know in those special instructions. Because if it's really small, it'll also let us know before we even cut it which kind of mat to perhaps put it on. Because if we aren't really necessarily worried about it and it's small pieces that we would scrape anyway, we're going to go with a stickier, heavier mat. So it's just some stuff to consider, and it helps us be considerate and make sure that you guys are getting the stuff that you want. But if you don't want it, that's fine too. You know, let us know.
Yeah. Put it over in a box, and I go down there every now and then, go through the box and steal stuff. But I asked for these because I told Mariah, I said,
oh, that's a fantastic idea.
What?
Lisa Mingus, I tell you, she has the best ideas. She really does. We talk, you know, we talk about things. She says, send the trinkets to Anthony for a PM Artist exclusive variant. He could put them inside the little thing. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, it would.
Anthony. Anthony's going to start gel printing anyway. He's going to have his own little trinkets.
Oh,
Yeah,
he'll have his stuff them in there. You might have to drill down, but you know you got a lot of room there. I mean, especially if you go for these ones that you know are
the big ones.
Because I have kind of a wide, broad hand, and I absolutely, I cannot say it enough.
He likes that. Oh yes.
I love this, but that is so fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think Judy P got one. What did you have put in yours? An eye, because you know her in the mind's eye is her shop name.
Yes.
And stuff. So she's getting. I don't know if I was supposed to tell people, but
Did you all see that? You know, this is how we work here. That video of making the eye of Sauron.
No. Oh, you're
with the
scratchy
nail
thing?
Polish and that scratchy tool.
This is when she was mad at me one day. She came.
That would be so awesome.
Watched. That would be cool in a Baron too.
Absolutely. Okay, so you can see I put the trees in, but now here's the dealio. When I did some of the trees, and I pounced them through the outers.
I'm sorry. I'm getting lots of giggles today.
Okay.
Okay. Hopefully I can say this and you get that it's funny too, because sometimes I get more conversation, so it's funny in context. So Anthony says, oh yes, on the, you know, doing the eye and everything. I don't know why Sharon says because she doesn't have any stencils. I know that probably has something to do with something else up there. And then Carrie says, fabulous idea. And then Anthony says, I have about 2 inches plus to work with.
Oh, like depth.
That
or is this
chuckle? I think.
Oh yeah.
Not, you know.
You know, everybody's talking about me being like off color here.
No,
yeah.
What is your thing? Is it this, or?
Oh yeah. Height. With. Dup.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
All right, we're back to the reindeer. Dear Lord, I might get through one of these things here.
Our evidence of stuff.
Okay, so you want your outers, and the outers are different. You can tell which ones I was really, and I didn't even have, this one was buried under another piece of stuff, so I didn't even get to it. But it's got some really good outers on it. So what do you want to look for here? Well, let me get down my piece of black paper that I flipped back over here, so we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so all of these
beautiful.
are not the same. Do you see some of the branches kind of go swoopy uppy?
Some are Douglas firs.
Some are Douglas. Some are larch. I feel like they're larch.
Larch?
Larch. Larch. Those are the. pardon, trees that we have, and we even have some down on the avenue, going towards
Down on the avenue.
Wally
Okay.
World.
Yes.
Anyhow, they have little needly leaves.
Tanya, these are, so when you order stencils from us, this is the outer part. Technically, it's more like the stencil, but we send this along with it. And then you can use the inner parts or the outer parts.
Now, I'm going to show you what I did with the outer parts, and you're just, you just get, I hope you got your Depends on, because it'll be a good one.
Hey, Sherry. She says she definitely needs trees and deer in her life.
Look at that. But the different sizes are wonderful too. And look at this edge here. You can just use that edge just for, brambly bushes at the front of your thing. I mean, these trees are like, everybody needs these trees.
I like the trees.
And
they come in different sizes and sets, so there's a tree for
all right,
you.
so each page is like this, which is what you would get, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is number. Well, I don't know if it's number one.
Yeah, don't get me to lying to you about which ones are larges and style 1, style 2, and then
this is really a good one if you just want one. You don't want the others because you've got small, medium, and pretty large.
Yeah.
But you've also got lovely different. I even use the top part of this just for a tree, or the top part of this just for a tree.
Barbara says, I love how P sees the trees, the forest, and the edges of the forest.
Bless your heart. And I'm even looking down on the ground at the bottom of the floor of the forest.
Yeah, she is. She's picking up
Okay,
rocks
so
along
this
the way.
is all right. This here I would say is probably the one I use the most. You can see what I did, and you can even see the different colors here that I've.
I love that. That looks really cool.
It does look really cool. All right, so this is another one, and I really like it also because it's got
But Brad just kept making them, and he's like,
And
should I make it all like one big thing?
I
was
just
like,
think it's so wonderful. And, I mean, now come on. Okay, and here's the third one. This is the Grandioso. Now, the reason you need this one, where is that little? Here it is. Because he took some innards out on this one.
Yeah.
See that? I didn't find that, that this has not been used because it's still white. But that's because it was at the bottom of the pile.
And I made it there yet.
I didn't get to that. Okay.
Judy says you could turn some of them upside down for a tornado.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Layer them, do all kinds of things. They're wonderful, wonderful, and you must have them. All right. Now, the reason I have this out here.
Oh, that's good. The wildfire smoke has disappeared.
Pardon?
That's good. Diane said that she's happy that they can see their trees again because the wildfire smoke has dissipated.
I think that this is the guy that I have here. But what has happened is I've lost some of his antlers. But we're going to regain those. Okay, does this all drive you crazy with all this stuff here? I can get some of the visually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, plus I'd like you to be more centered. There you go. That's perfect placement for...
Okay. Kind of having to reach for that, but that's okay. Okay, here's my pouncing. Set up. And I do try, and see here, somebody said, well, you're supposed to fold those over and do it like that. So I thought, well, I can still use that other side of that one. Yeah, look, and that's got a little left, I don't know, This one's just pretty much toast. I think that one is too.
Well, even if it's hard, can you still use it?
I don't think so, because it doesn't take up the stuff.
Well, what if you just kind of get it worked in there and sort of reactivate it? You think that'll happen or
no? It's plastic and it's already hard.
Well, sometimes it...
See, look at that. Hard. Hard.
All right.
Well, oh, that was just on my finger from earlier. No worries. Okay, so here's the thing. Wherever it's sort of dark here, because I know that I need to kind of come in and hit that just a little bit to reactivate that part of the because
Sharon says you can trim them.
Pardon?
You can trim your
Oh, I
sponges.
have. I've cut them off. Yeah, cut the bottom part off. I do that too. That one would probably be okay to do that. But some of them, I mean, I've just got, there's not any trimmy.
Well, and if you see,
Yeah.
Colleen says if you wash them, they're easy to clean. She uses hers over and over again. You could have a little bowl of water here.
Yeah, I could.
Little thing.
I could.
I mean, you know.
Okay, I'm trimming this one because it'll give me some more go-go. See, I can feel if they're hard in the middle. Yeah, this one, I think I can use this one too.
Yes, Tanya, you can wash them. Yeah, it's a good laughy day. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, some good laughs.
Yeah, well, you know how I am. I don't even wash my stencils.
Except for when
I
pasting.
just, you know, I'm in the moment, and boy, there's a lot of stuff down on this thing. I need to probably.
Oh,
I really
she
like
does.
this white one.
Sherry says peas wrap reminds me of a quail.
A quail.
Yeah.
Oh.
You should wear this for Halloween. I'm going to be a cat. Izzy's cat. She's going to be a witch. You can be the quail. See that?
Okay, well, I think I've got enough here that I can. At least that one's a goner. It's way up in there. Yeah, that one too. Okay, so here we go. So I need some light, and the thing is you know I want that tree to show through because I want the deer to be appearing to be behind the tree. So I don't want to go all, you know, hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Okay, we're going to do a little Inca. Because I think that maybe, I don't know.
That's what I envisioned too, Judy.
What?
She says then you will be chasing after P like a little kitty. Get the quail. She's not finding this as humorous as we are. I'll stop messing with her. Now, what is this on? Is this tissue paper?
What? No, these are my little cards.
Oh, you just have a piece of tissue behind you there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was confused.
All right, now we kind of got back that. So now the next stage is dark. And mostly on this I was using Prussian.
Yes.
And I'm not going to get too carried away with that because I kind of wasted some the other day.
Judy says she loves you.
Thank you. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the same sponge. And recapture some of the tips of the horns. Now, if I get too carried away with this, I can come back in with my
Jacqueline,
white
thank you.
and refine them. But I don't know. I'm liking that. I think that's going to work. That's done.
Jacqueline has said that you need to go buy you some new makeup sponges at the dollar store, and she's giving you some super chat. Thank you very much.
That's
Might
right.
have to do that today. Because we are, the sponges, the other place to get them was like Tuesday morning. They had a great price on them sometimes. Like in
All
a
right.
big bag.
Now, this whole thing, I'm going to hand this off to Mariah, and she's going to wait till it dries, and then she's going to nip its edges so that it's a bit rounded off. I'm really into that here lately. Be careful. Yeah.
I want to flick some shiny stuff on it too.
Or I even thought about some white stuff
Oh yeah.
for snowy effect.
Yes.
All right, let's
I
move.
wish we had some of that foamy stuff. Then it'd be puffy.
Okay, so here we are with the same one, and you can see we've totally lost our antlers. And we're going to do a bit of, and I want to be careful and not get down there where, you know, it's oh,
that's cool.
looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Man, you kind of know what you're doing. She spent 3 days practicing this.
I mean,
the other day was kind of like just a straight new run, and that's why it was like, meh.
And I don't, you know, I'm feeling, okay, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Do it. Where are my?
Ooh, I could make them gold.
What?
Some gold embossed antlers. I'll have to make some of my own. She doesn't like that idea.
Okay. Let's see here what tree we want to use to kind of, you know, because it just kind of looks like that's just plopped in there. I believe it needs a bit of background to kind of ease into. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
And this is really a lovely, oh, here, I need to turn this over.
Oh yeah, we could bust out with the gold leaf.
What?
The gold leaf.
For?
The antlers.
I didn't want it quite that.
It's a no.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just really into my thought
I
process
know.
here, and I'm not
The
ignoring
gold
you.
is,
I'm not.
She's not. The gold is not penetrating.
There we go. Now look at that. Okay, that did two things. It brought in more of the kind of, and it, you know, covered up a little of our bedded down deer. Yeah. All right. I think that's done. Hand that off to Mariah.
I do want a posh reindeer, and she's having none of it. Thank you, Lynn. See, Lynn recognizes my...
Okay. Now, here's my problem with this. Okay. Well, number one, we just have this color down here, and there's nothing up there. I really like the kind of... That's the candy cane that kind of looks like the sun.
Yeah.
You got that? Okay, and I've got the pink tree right smack dab in the middle. Boy, that was really great.
It's very phallic. Sorry.
And then, as you can see, I've got this diagonal here. I don't like that, but I do have that dark edge there. But this spot right here is really bothering me, and I think I can help out the entire design here by putting a little bit more.
Holler at me after the stream, Darcy. We'll get you hooked up and get you what you need to make the right video for a posh reindeer. Darcy's taking up the challenge. She's our challenge girl.
Oh,
You know, she'll do it right. She knows how to pounce too.
okay. Well, I'm making this green a little bit. I just took some of my gold, and it's still got some of my stuff on there from the other one.
Christy's loving the reindeer.
I know, me too.
Hey, Brad made these.
I really.
He has the patience to get like all the right
Trying to
detail
find
stuff in there.
My little tree here that I think that I need. But I don't know. Maybe I need this one. No, that was a little scary.
Ooh, it's windy out there. You hear that?
Okay, so I'm going to kind of cover up a little bit, and I'm going to try to get some of that pink out of the picture, but I'm using a little bit of gold here. Can you see that?
Well, you gotta be careful with that though, mixing that gold and the blue stuff you got going on there. It's gonna get greeny.
Well, I want it to.
Oh.
Thank you.
All right.
Prominently.
Just let people know in case they didn't know.
I don't know, maybe that's okay. Maybe I need to work. No, I need a little on that side. Okay, where's...
I'm just loving how these look. Like it's all rainbowy and glowy.
Okay, I'm just going to use the top of the
Thank you, Darcy.
tree here pouncy around, not doing every little, you know, nook and cranny. But I'm going to have to go a little further down because I kind of got carried away there. And that breaks up that pink. And now I'm going to come in down here and add a bit of an edge that's a little darker.
Hello, Sherry. Oh, and Christy's loving it. She says, me too, so bright. Yes, this is like looking at Christmas through the lens of the colorful, you know, like string lights. Like that. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, and I'm going to camouflage my little...
Getting edgy with it. That's what it does.
I want him to be not quite so brilliantly obvious. And this is still bothering me. I think we need to bring in a little bit more.
In the lower part. I think leave
little
that little
tree maybe right about there.
What color are you going with?
I don't know, whatever I got on the thing over here.
Careful, because you're going to end up... Oh. Lovely.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
All right, hand it over before you turn it all blue.
Yeah, I've got some that I'm planning on bluing out over here. All right, so everybody gets how this works, righto? So I've been using this paper here, and we're just going to go ahead and, you know, I'm going to use up my, because I think that this might make a really
Kaleidoscope Christmas. I love that.
Nice little card here, you know. And see where it's kind of squared off there? You can just come in with your other color.
Christy says sometimes it becomes a dark, slippery slope. Yes.
Now see what's happening here? Are you getting the feel for our little card here? I need some more colors out here, and of course my fingers are already starting to...
Do you need help?
Yeah, I do. But sometimes the kind of help that I need is, you know,
okay.
Not available.
Is there any help that I could provide?
You know, because I need a prescription.
Okay. Hello, Niecy.
And this is that kind of pinky red, permanent rose.
I like that one.
I do too. And the reason I like it is because it is just a little bit red, but it's not, it doesn't make me vomit pink. And if I mix that with a little bit of this, I'm going to have some really nice purple here, which will be stunning. Stunning, stunning. Okay, boy, I'm just, you know.
What are you going to do with this piece of paper?
I'm going to put it down and make it into a Christmas card.
Okay. Because this is tissue.
This is tissue.
You can do it like the cards that you showed a minute ago.
I can.
Bringing it back around. Bringing it back around.
Yeah. And I need some yellow out here.
For those of you that are coming in, please do say hello in the chat. We are live at this moment in time. If you don't see that you can type in the chat, that means you're on replay. Give us a hello down below in the comments section. Hang out. Give us a thumbsy upsies. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, because, you know, we'd love to have you around more often.
Yeah. I know I've got some more of this, but I'm having trouble finding it at this point.
Of which one? Of the yellow?
This is the, it's just, I'm not finding it on the...
It should be the bigger tube of it.
I know, but I don't see it. It's hiding.
Or it has fallen off.
Or has fallen off.
That happens.
I've got, all right, I need to just shut up and finish my,
right. Hello, Nettie.
my thought here.
Oh,
okay. All right, we've got this one over here. It's got a little bit of that and a little bit of that.
Hello, Trish.
And here's another little trick. Okay, I learned this. If you have your transparent colors and you need them to be more opaque, you can mix a tiny bit of white with them, which I'm doing here because my yellow is really not.
You need it to pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm covering up this goopy crap here.
I'm very happy she didn't put the jingly bracelet on today. And you're shaking the camera. Simmer down.
Okay, now, you know,
of that.
if we just take that and we look at that and look at that and look at that. Okay, I think this is done. This is beautiful. Okay.
Oh, that was a 2-ply.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks beautiful.
I know, doesn't it?
I like it.
Now, I could go ahead and take my trees this way.
I don't think you want to do that because...
Yeah, I just kind of... but now, here's the ones that I pounced on. And these are like the positive space trees, right?
From the one print.
Yeah.
From 2 stream... Well, it took 2 streams to pull the thing, but, you know.
Yeah.
Some of you guys know.
Okay, so here's the deal. It really does. There's not any rhyme or reason to this. You can do it however you want to do it. But if you start with your dark color in your background, it kind of just gives you a little bit of something to work on. And I really like to pick something that's, you know.
Hello, Tamari.
This plummy color.
I love that.
Love this plummy color.
I think that's a very Christmassy, plummy, you know, holiday,
Yeah.
happy
Oh.
cheer. You know, like you're either drinking the red wine, maybe the
Plum pudding,
plum pudding.
grapes.
Yeah.
What else is purple? Heirloom tomatoes are purple.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I'm not worried about my... I just mix them all up here, and I know that probably that's...
Well, for this particular project, it's perfect.
It is. Okay, so we're just going to start at the top of the page and move down. So we're going to have a little finer... Well, maybe we are. Here, okay. Just pick a spot, doesn't matter, you know, whatever. And start tapping in.
Pouncing. Now, what else were you going to get to today?
Oh, yeah.
See.
My project. But see, this is what happens. This is
Trees.
trees.
She got lost in the forest.
Got lost in the
Bring her out.
forest.
Say, hey, what else were we supposed to be doing today? Because she's like, I got a list. Or, I don't know if it was a mental one. Pretty sure it was.
And let some of the other stuff show through. Okay, we're getting a really strong diagonal there. I don't want that. But I like to mix my trees up because I don't want them to all look the same. So we'll come in with this little jobber. Oh, we need to use this. You know, I don't really think it makes any difference here, but I need...
Yeah, see, Darcy even knew. Oh, yeah, she was going to work on her trashy landscape. See, people, you need
I was going to work on my trashy landscape.
You need to bring the landscape out.
I do. Okay, can I just finish this? Because
Yes.
I'm just having so much fun with this that I'm just thinking that y'all are too.
Are y'all? They are excited about the trees.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Judy says, follow the breadcrumbs out of the forest.
We ain't there yet. Oh, yes. Loving that. Now I need to come back in and reestablish my yellow tree. So I might actually use a different sponge. Just for chuckles.
Are you going to use any of this for your trashy landscape?
Well, I don't know. That's a thought. I hadn't thought
Well, you
of
could
that.
bring the two together.
Huh.
I mean, oh, that looks beautiful.
See, isn't that just coming right along, and I can still, you know, leave that background there. I do really not like that. I don't know that I want a tree there. I just don't want that going off the page so much. There, that works.
Have we had mulled wine?
I have had mulled wine once.
I don't think I've had that that I'm aware of.
It was some party that we went to that your father had graduate student friends who were a little more sophisticated, we used to drink slow gin and 7-Up or something.
What's slow gin?
It's the red stuff. You think you're bleeding to death when you throw up.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I really can't do gin anymore. Yes, and we had a Christmas celebration. I think, who was? But it was wonderful. It was very festive. We sat around the Christmas tree and.
Is it like the heated up stuff?
Yes. Well, no, this wasn't. It may have been heated at some point, but I think they just like put spices and stuff in it. It's kind of like that, cider stuff, hard cider stuff that you put spices in and whatnot. I thought it was quite good. And I'm sure everybody's taste different. I mean, Okay, well, you can visualize that being a little card.
This one could even come to you. You never know.
Yeah. And what I was talking about with that edge there,
Oh, look at that. You could even make the card, like you could, now, I don't think you want to get all true fussy cut, but you could do a wider kind of cut and then make the card into a tree. I think that would be cute. You kind of probably want your trees going the other way, but, not around here.
But that's just giving you a little bit of an edge. They're breaking up.
You can turn the edge of your tree into a bush.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was fun. I think that was fun. I hope that was fun. Just remember all of your cards. I want to show you all the rest of my cards. Can I show all the rest of the cards?
Sure.
Okay, that one needs a little work. This one's very close to being finished, and I love this marbly. And this one, remember, it had a lot of negative space, but I think that's quite nice. These were little bitty ones that got pink put on them. This one went a little dark. Might need to...
Oh, that did. But I kind of like it. And here's the thing now. If you did some gold spatter on that, it would be beautiful.
I think so. This is just a pink tree with all the rest of the stuff.
Maybe what we should do is I will send some of these cards to Darcy. Hook her up with some reindeer.
Okay, I love this over
your
here.
challenge.
I'm not crazy about this, and I need to work on that. I have more of that size cards because those are what I cut off. This needs some work. This needs a little work. I'm pretty much liking that. And I think this is great.
I love that one. That's my favorite. Keep that over here so you don't accidentally, think
But
it
now
needs
here's, okay, look at this.
Oh.
This is just obviously red brayer off. And positive, negative trees.
Marcia, yes. If you would, can you email me a list of things that you would like? Because Brad and I had talked about it, but we don't really know. So if you can email me a list, we will make some of that happen.
What are we making happen?
For like Hanukkah.
Oh yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know if I'm assuming she means Hanukkah. I think that there might have been some typo. Because she said Chanukah. Chanukah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to do this last one here because I've got some stuff here and I need to use my paint up. So it's going to be just a bunch of paint.
Oh, Carrie says, if you do a whole tree on its side, draw a horizontal line, then you could have the forested hillsides reflected in a lake. Oh.
Well, look at that. Whoa.
Carrie Griffiths. It's getting fancy on us. All right, hey, lady, you're supposed to get to your trash.
I'm just doing one more tree, Mariah. One more
Just
tree.
one more.
One more tree.
Oh, goodness.
You must hold your tree in place.
Oh, and tomorrow starts Diwali. Darcy says, hashtag, let's get trashy.
Y'all are getting a little bossy
Well,
here.
I said it like that. She didn't really put any exclamations or, oh, that's beautiful. Well done. See, end on that. That's a good one. Moving along.
I feel like I'm being pushed.
Hey, you said you had a list.
But this is going to become a card, and you're just all going to lose your mind over how wonderful that is.
I'm gonna spatter some gold balls on it.
Maybe. I don't know. It's not such a horrible idea.
Hey,
Well,
you know
I
what?
really feel bad about wasting my
And you know what
paint
else?
here.
I'm kind of wondering if you could use, the little accessories that come with the reindeer, but actually the part that Pete put the tape over, you could use that to decorate the tree as like a little garland. Choop, 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 choop. A thought.
Carrie does this so nicely. You know how he scoops his paint around.
It's just so not.
And I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Mine never comes off looking quite as good as his. But I'm making a dang good effort here to use up all of my paint and create an interesting background here, which I can then do trees over.
Colleen says she finds the stencils easier to work with and mask, probably because it's the difference between thinking process. Yeah, it is. Sometimes. Yes, totally, Lynn. Yeah, I think that this depends on. Yeah, you got to think about it
Backwards.
in a different way. There we go. Words are hard.
Some days more than others. Oh, that's a nice color.
Okay. That is very beautiful. It'd be awesome if you'd bring it closer to the center, like where the...
Well, it was my brayer off
Why?
here.
Is it stuck down over there? I wasn't being...
Effing rude.
I wasn't being mean. I just-
Effing rude. Rudeness. It wasn't stuck down, but it was tacked down at the top because sometimes when I brayer, I'm a bit
Aggressive.
vigorous.
Yes.
I'm a vigorous brayer.
Figure. Oh, so, okay, I see what you do there. Okay.
All right, we're going to put that over there. Hopefully it doesn't fall back down behind everything, get lost in the shuffle. Let me find old Trashy. Trash treasure. What was the little hashy taggy?
Objects otherwise considered trash.
Oh.
It was a little long. I get it now. I know. I think
God
people,
knows I can't remember
people
that kind
have
of
sort of shortened it to
treasure trash.
treasure trash. Well, or otherwise trash. I'm just
Yeah.
fun with this.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
this is the stuff that I told you didn't work very well for. But actually, I quite like it for this particular. It smooshes. It's that kind of pearlized paper that I think came. My husband wears a size 15 shoe, so there's a lot of paper around his shoes when they come. And I think that's where this came from. But I've been working on it.
Yeah, you did. There you go.
And then I went ahead and I ran out of, this is from Alaska Airlines. I ran out of Alaska Airlines, so I had to dip into my stash of other papers. So this is all I had. I used to have stacks of newspaper, but I think they're in the garage someplace, the person who does that sort of thing. All right, now let me just tell you about old Marie Calendar here. Where she is. Here she is. Marie Calendars. Chicken pot pies. Well, number one.
They are the best.
They are the best unless you're making them yourself and using
We ain't doing that.
phyllo dough.
Yeah, and then
oh my
a
gosh.
week-long process of
And remember
chopping.
what was the name of that place? It was like the Luxembourg.
The Grand Lux at the Galleria in Dallas. They used to have this pot pie on the menu. They
I'm
took it off.
boycotting them because they took it off.
Yeah.
They no longer have my business because they don't have the pot pie anymore. Boy, the last
time
time I
she
went,
was.
I pissed and moaned vigorously.
She did.
Okay, so let me tell you. This one was the one, remember? I had two. This was a thing that came in the mail with these people. And I just glued it together and got a little bit of warpage there. But let me tell you about Marie. Use the side with the writing on it. God, doesn't that look good? We need to have that for lunch.
Well, somebody should start up the oven right now.
They should. Okay, somebody listening down there, start the oven. Yeah, because they take an hour.
Yes.
Okay, so I need my glue. I don't even put this in a little dish or anything. I just squirt it on there because, you know, I don't know. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference. But squirt it on there. Make sure that you've got here. We'll cover. See that little spot that right there? It's kind of coming up a little bit. So you want to take care of that because it's going to kind of mess you up later on. Not terribly, you know. And at this point, I can kind of crunch that up a little bit and get rid of that straight line there that was bothering me. But I just put down glue. Put down glue like a first grader. More is better. Kind of get your paper and make sure you know it's got gluey stuff on all the sides, and then you can decide where you want to put it after you smush it around there. Okay, now that's good. Now see, that's kind of a ball spot there.
Hey, Gretchen.
Okay, pick up your glue.
Scratch it.
And push it around. And you just do that until you're happy with it. I kind of rushed this other one a little bit. And then you have to worry about it start sticking to your fingers because your fingers are all gooey. And at that point, then
Darcy was just talking about that.
Yeah. Your fingers get all gooey. So you need to have a little wet cloth or whatever.
Or let it dry and peel it off.
Let it dry and peel it off. Izzy loves doing that. And you can see we've got another one down here. Probably I'll just tear that one off.
Oh.
That's an option too. Because you're going to be putting layers and layers. All right. Happy with that. You know, wherever you want lots of little cracky things, you can place them strategically. Sometimes I decide later what I'm going to do. All right. So, and here's what's great. Look at Marie has a completely white side on the inside. I mean, this is some excellent packaging.
She got mad at me because she's like, don't you dare throw that away. Marie's is the best.
The best.
The best packaging.
The best. And these are really nice little tags. Now, if I'd been a little more careful, but I mean, she uses some pretty heavy duty glue on there too. But you know, these are like freezer stuff. But this is a really nice one. Nice little piece there. Look at that's quite nice. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Go buy some pot pies. All right. Now, I've already put one layer of glue up here and smushed it around.
Yes.
Okay? You know, just like this. Glue like a first grader. So what is this doing? How is this becoming wonderful?
Can I read you something funny?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Also, Chrissy Hartman says, don't forget about eating the glue, a favorite food group of primary students. And then Darcy says, kindergarten, you eat the paste. First grade, you use too much glue. Second grade, you make glue skin.
It really kind of moves on up.
Yeah.
And if you don't have enough, and the thing about it is see that really big.
Darcy, you went back to Misadventures with Mixed Media. I just realized.
What is it?
Oh, I love it. I'm so happy she went back to Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. She doesn't.
Yeah. Okay. I'm really focused on my gluing here.
Yeah.
And it's doing two things. It's filling in those cracks and getting kind of the really, you know, big, heavy duty, sharp edges that are going to cause you to go to the emergency room because you have sliced open your finger. You want to get rid of those. It's also doing a nice job of mushing around the oil pastels at this point. And at some point you're going to have to decide, well, where, where are going to be my hills and valleys or trees or whatever it is that you're doing. I don't know. I just kind of go with it and turning this around because I just...
Yeah, not to put your arm through the...
But you're smooshing around your oil pastels. Not to worry if it's not making you happy yet, because when this is dry, and I really should have had another area where, okay, can you see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm making sure that my glue kind of gets caught on that other side of it. Can you see that? Okay, now we're going to come down here where there's not any glue, and I'm going to show you what happens. See what's happening? How it's melding in and mushing about?
Melding in and mushing about.
Melding in and mushing about.
Should I zoom in a little more?
I don't know. I can't see what you're seeing. So you can see the difference between this and this. And what's nice about the Elmer's is it doesn't dry like, you know, that expensive glue.
Oh,
it
yeah,
takes a while.
Yeah, our glitter glue is meant to dry quickly.
Okay. Well, this doesn't.
Which is good. Gives you time to move about.
Yeah. And even if it does start to kind of dry up and there's a little more sticky and a little whatever there, it's just going to add to the texture of the whole thing.
Fran is a yes on the zoom in. See, Fran's always good. She'll let me know.
Yes, she's not shy. And I'm working kind of in a you can see I'm horizontal because most landscapes are horizontal. Unless you have a lot of aspen trees.
How's that?
Yeah?
Oh.
I don't need that anymore. And if your glue starts getting a little bit dry, you just add some more. By the time this gets through, it should weigh about 5 pounds. If it weighs any less than that, you're not doing something right. So, get out your culinary scales.
Oh, what does she mean, shy? Yeah, don't be, like, you know, use a lot of glue. Channel your inner, what did we decide? First grader.
First grader.
Mm-hmm.
And get a crappy brush, because
yes.
you really are going to be messing your brush up. You don't want to be using a really...
So that's all color. Yeah, yes, that is the oil pastels. I think, yeah, work in kind of those in sections.
Yeah.
That seems to...
And even if you do, you know, kind of come across a session where, you know, that it didn't quite work out for you there, boy, you don't have to worry about it. This is a very forgiving process. And what I did with my first graders is at this point, they had choices. They could either make it into a landscape using oil pastels, or they could start just adding bits of their wrapping paper.
People are noticing that you had not shown them the oil pastel phase.
Boo!
Boo on her is what she's saying.
Boo, boo, boo on me. Yeah, I think I can. I've got some wet glue there. I'll just avoid it. That's okay. I don't want to get glue on my oil pastels. Okay, everybody's got this process down here.
So
I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to set this aside. I don't want to put my arm in that.
No,
look what I did
Nancy,
with
thank
my
you.
oil pastels. Okay, we'll put this in the water. Clean her nose off.
Oh, Carrie says it looks very impressionistic.
Yes, that's what I'm going for here. All right, now I can see the shiny places where the glue is, and I'm going to try to avoid those because I don't want to get glue. But look, I put them in little containers.
Yeah, Fran doesn't know the meaning of shy. That's why I had to explain it.
Okay, so I've got my little containers of colors here. Now I do want to talk about Vicky. I love these pastels. I like them much better than I do the now It's not cheap. I don't know what we
None
pay.
of them are necessarily cheap. Unless you get them at, like, see, we got them at Tuesday mornings. And I'm glad that we stocked up when we did.
Yeah, because once we started paying full price for them, we were kind of like, wow, we should have got some more of those.
Yeah, we should have picked them all up.
Okay, the reason I love this color, this is...
Oh, Candy says Arteza came out with some oil pastels. Wonder if they are any good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say so. All their products are. But I bet you know, it's...
Now,
You want a variety of blues. Now look at that. I've got all those blues, and save your little scrap pieces of paper that you cut off whatnot, because you want to test them out before you sometimes use it. I love this because it's kind of a green blue.
now, I don't think that the crayons, like the Vicky Booten, Tim Holtz, and then I think maybe you even have one other kind, they're not necessarily oil pastels.
These are activated with water. Yeah. So they'll be activated with the glue.
Yeah, the
but
glue-
even the oil pastels are activated with the glue mixture.
Well, it's probably the other stuff that's in the glue that
Yeah.
does that. Plus, they're just mushy anyway.
Yeah, they're smushy. Okay, I always just try to get a little bit of...
Would you like a Kleenex?
No,
Are you going to sneeze?
I might. But I just try to get a little bit of this hither and yon. And you want to get it around, you know, to distribute it, not evenly.
Oh.
But you want to get things in... Oh, that was kind of... That's all right. It'll be okay.
Well, Lynn.
My
here's
nose
your-
is itching.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
waiting for you to go into sneezy mode.
I'm not going to do that. Okay,
Okay.
Vicki, I'm going to move you out of the way. You're interfering with my coloring here. Okay, and you can push as hard as you want to. I kind of want this to be my sky up here, I think, right now. I don't know. I might want this to be the sky. I don't have to make that decision right now.
Well, that could be the lake.
This could be the lake. Lake sky. Just need a little bit of that. And I'm kind of trying to avoid the, which is going to mess me up a bit, but not totally. Now, this is a super old. I had to scrape off the,
I think the gelatos would work.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just getting a lot of blue stuff going on up here in the sky. Maybe a little purple. At this point, you don't even have to be selective about where you put color at all. But I always try to get a little bit of something, you know, hither and yon.
Yeah.
What else have I got here? This is a... Now, some of your oil pastels are going to be opaque. Oh, that's not working worth a flip. Okay,
Oh, that's
use
one of
this
those.
one. It's kind of opaque. It's one of those expensive ones, but I don't
Is it
really
really?
like it. Let's try this one, see if we like it. Yeah, oh yeah, that's smushy. Like that. There's
We
nothing,
like it smushy.
nothing worse than a
Hi, Judy.
hard pastel. I mean, there are for some things, but yeah. All right, so we've got that sky stuff going on, got a little bit of this stuff down here, and now we're going to come in with some orange. And even, you know, a little bit up here, and when it goes over the blue, it's going to kind of brown out. That's okay. You know, that's background. And just put it around. We're not worried about anything right now. We're just getting down some stuff.
So, Miriam, remember, this was the trash. Either, so some of it was the packaging inside of shoes. She also used mail. You can
Yeah,
crumple it up.
Alaska Air. I mean, they had a legal size, 2 legal size pieces of paper in there telling me all about their credit card, which, you know, I don't even live there anymore, so yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, and remember, if you're talking about the layers here, your warmer colors need to be closer to the bottom, because in a landscape, those are going to be, the warmer colors are going to be closer to you, appear closer to you. You know, that's kind of a hard, yeah. Just get some color down there. You can figure all that out later. I do like this gold.
I love this. I love it when you're, you know, hoop-de-doo. Yes, this is her trash to, you know, other objects otherwise considered trash project.
Yeah. All right, let's get a little red in down here. Just a bit here and there. You're going to kind of all smush it together anyway, so it's, oops, whoops.
And Darcy says hashtag intuitive trashy art. This is
Got a little glue on that.
Uh-oh. Wipe her up.
Wipe her up. A little pink.
I like the paint. I like this.
You like this?
I do.
All right, so one of my most favorite colors is this color right here with indigo blue.
I would also like to talk about a concern I have once you've put that down.
What is your concern?
What's happening with the edge of this thing? And there's
Well,
green.
I'm not concerned about that because I'm probably going to come in 1/2 inch all the way around.
When you mat it.
Mat it.
Okay.
And that's why I'm not worried about that edge. And you should account for that.
Yeah.
Because I made this, I think it's, let's measure it real quickly because I kind of did keep that in mind. I know I'm terrible about that. Okay, so this is 10.5 by 8.5.
Nice. So we can do an 8 by 10 opening. Look, she's been listening. So I'm like, lady, you're killing me with these custom. Oh.
What am I killing you with?
The custom matted.
Oh, I
stuff.
know, I know. It's really pricey and yeah. This is just, I want you just to have fun with this part here and just kind of, you know.
Darcy says no color left behind. That's right.
That's, I mean, seriously, I just use them all. Even froggy green.
And Lisa says all of her paper comes from recycled junk mail.
Well, it's just, it really is a responsible thing to do since we as artists, we use a lot of paper. So we should be
Yes.
cognizant and as earth-friendly as possible. All right, now here's this really deep green. I really like that green.
Oh, that green will take over.
I'm gonna have these bald spots where the glue still is. Okay, you get the idea of this. And I'm going to let the rest of this dry, but since it's already wet there, I'm going to go ahead and I think I have a couple pieces of paper left over here that I can fix up my glue, my ball spots.
Glue your ball spots, yes.
And my flipper uppers.
Oh, there you, Candy was about to shred a bunch of stuff, and now she's thinking about doing this. Fantastic.
We do shred stuff too.
Chris, as soon as she's done with her mini dinosaur diorama, she's going to make one.
Well, remember, this
can't
would
wait
be
to-
a
you guys-
background background for your dinosaurs.
Oh, yes.
You could do volcanoes, you know, and
You
the
could,
haze.
you could make little, you know, scenes that you could slide out.
Oh
That
yeah,
would be
different
fantastic. Little
different kinds
set
of.
scenes, and then you could do some stop motion. Yeah, you know. Oh, Rhonda, welcome to Powsy Wowsy. Thank you so much. Now, if you want to use the emojis in this stream, you're going to want to refresh. Like, you know, either come out, you know, get out of the stream and then come back in. And then you can use the emojis.
Okay, that's making me much happier.
Oh, definitely, Lisa. Definitely you could use this on canvas. She's just using her Marie Callender's, you know, packaging because that's what she has.
Well, if you're going to use this on a bouncy canvas, this has, I don't think that's such a good
Well,
idea.
put something in it, and then you could.
Well, you need to be able to push it. Push
You need to be
through
able
it.
to
And
push.
if it's, this is up in the air because it's
Boingy.
boingy from the, yeah. I'm not a big fan of, I've tried doing, I like to
She's a
go
little
and,
heavy-handed for a canvas kind of situation.
I am, and
She's got to stretch it after.
absolutely stretch it after, or just I just went and got that board stuff cut and gessoed about 15 layers of white gesso on it, and that's what I really like using. If I'm doing, that's what all those oil paintings are.
Yeah, the canvas board would work well. You could also glue shredded paper to a board to create a unique texture.
Oh yeah, I would like to see somebody try that.
Yes.
I know our thing in there's full.
Well, and remember, P used the leftover, you know, a lot of the stuff that we just scrape off the mats to create the eye. Got it right here. This whole background thing. And I ended up a lot. Well, but you used the impasto behind it, so it's really more of a visual texture than it is an actual.
Because
of that.
yes, I went in and smoothed it out
Right.
with the textured gesso.
I would hand it to you, but your hands are gooey. Oh yeah, I know. They found this again.
Who is it?
Oh, the spam box.
Okay, I'm getting this piece up here in the corner that was kind of
Yeah, floppy.
floppy. No longer floppy. Oh, looky there.
And you could be more purposeful in
Certain-
building up some of that texture.
Yes.
You know, like if you wanted to.
If you're a planner, you can plan to your heart's content here.
It would
I
be,
just don't, I think it takes a lot of the fun out of it and the spontaneity, but you know, if you're one of those kind of
hey,
people,
Michelle.
you just can get after it like a biting sow.
Get it.
That's what we say in the South.
The other thing I think that would be kind of nifty is if you wanted to do even, you know, circles or waves, you could scrunch it into that kind of thing. It could almost look like a some of those weavings, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Help me out over here.
All right, now we're just going to go ahead, and probably this is a little bit, I would put
Stephanie.
more color down, but I'm going to show you why you don't even have to worry about that. There's no rhyme, no reason, no time constraint. As you go along, you're adding more and more layers, and you're not necessarily adding more layers of paper, but you're adding more layers of oil pastels. And gluing down your already. But you're gonna, when you're doing this process, you're going to start getting a feel for what the paper is talking to you about. You know, what does this want to be?
Oh, Miriam, thank you so much. I'm not going to tell her that, though, right now.
You can tell me right now.
She says to buy some canvas and leave the trash alone. I think she's being haha.
Oh. Now see, look how nifty that's looking already. And if your paper is bouncing around on
Hey,
you,
Evie?
there we go. See, I just took care of that little problematic paper there. Working myself across. And it's smushing smushing the oil pastels around at the same time. We're getting the sharp edges off of our paper that we put down.
Okay, so it's not cloth. It's just, it's crumpled up. Like
This stuff right here.
Yeah. That was from shoe packaging, but she also has used some, just,
Yeah,
know,
you can
junk mail.
see the words there. That's from Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, I was going to say, and she used to.
What?
She would if she could.
What?
And says at least P doesn't climb into trash bins. And she used to make her children do it.
When we lived in Lubbock, when we were going to graduate school. Okay, so we had this little red wagon. And we lived one street off
Oh, well, it's
of.
about 2 or 3, but 34th Street. 34th Street in Lubbock, Texas, is like a main, you know, like a
There were
business.
businesses.
It's big, you know.
And then they had an alley that ran
We lived
parallel
on
to our
33rd Street.
house. So we would, and one place was,
Oh, there was a pet store. There was the Army surplus.
but there was also an appliance store.
Yes, which had huge big
Boxes, and we used to go and get those out of, and the kids made a whole village in the backyard
burned down.
and almost burned down the garage.
Uh-huh.
They always blamed it on the other children.
No, it was Nathan and his buddies, because they had a little working stove thing, and they'd actually tamped it out. But what had happened is they needed to water it down. But what had happened is, because they'd covered it with dirt. I mean, they weren't stupid, but, you know, the thing was, is that in the dirt there were still, like, dried up leaves and stuff. So really what it did is it just got hotter and hotter and hotter, and then finally...
Burst into flame.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, a little box village was like... poof.
But anyway.
Yeah.
No one was harmed.
No.
And they had such a good time playing with those. Oh my gosh. But I really, and I look at Fran, I had some great, I would get old adding machines out of the trash and take them apart and all kinds of stuff. And like the little, I don't know what they were in there, but little metal parts.
That's a great idea. Oh. Cool, Gretchen. Yes. That's the good stuff. What was I gonna say? And then I was reading chat. I figured Pete had aged out of public trash bin typing. Yes.
Well, I would take Mariah and lift her in and have her get out.
Yeah, and I'm too old to do that. I guess you could take Izzy now.
We could take Izzy.
She'd probably totally love that.
I guarantee you that child she would dig that. We'd have to have a ladder now because I don't think I could lift her in. Okay, I'm just moving down here. I don't know, Mariah. What's our time?
Yeah, that is good to know. You've got 15 minutes ish.
Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and proceed on with this because I don't know what else I've got over here.
Oh, Fran says that she just doesn't see stuff like that. Vintage machines are gold dust around there.
Well, they would just throw the whole dadgum thing in, but you know, when every time you move, you lose something, right? I used to have all of those in little, I don't know what happened to them. I remember your dad left my pine cone collection in Norwood
Oh, God,
in the
she
garage.
talked about that for flipping years.
What an asshole.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
I don't think he did that on purpose. Or did
Oh,
you?
yes, he did.
He may have.
I used to make some fabulous pine cone wreaths. I don't have one, but a lot of the people I know.
Thanks, Darcy.
Now look at this. Is this not starting to look just bloody marvelous?
Yes, I kind of like this one better than the other one. I think your color choices were a little better. I think you put more color on this one. It's more interesting.
Well, I was trying to hurry and, you know, show everybody what to do there. But even if it isn't the colors that you like, now you will buy the big bottle of glue. And this is the extra strong formula. It dries fast, safe, and non-toxic.
Fantastic.
But it is kind of, it makes everything kind of opaque-y. Oh, what's that? You don't want bubbles. Bubbles can cause you problems. So if it bubbles up, and we're getting a really nice gray there, notice that? Presence of all colors.
Yes, this is the really junky brush, and it is definitely on the firm side.
It is because the bristles only work about halfway up the.
But that's the kind of
you
brush
see
you
all
want
the,
for this.
Yeah. It short, stubby. No long fluffies.
Christy says looks good.
You know, it's kind of a circular motion. You're setting this layer of oil pastel along with smoothing out your paper. So it's a two-prong approach here. And you can just kind of, see that? That
Lifty.
was lifting up there. Oh, and I really like that underneath, so I'm just going to take that back the
Fold
other
that
direction.
over. Don't mush it too much. You're getting kind of...
There. What?
That one area, you're kind of like the colors there are basically matching what the paper was, and then I was thinking about Izzy painting that darn cat. Pretty much the same color it was.
And I said something, and she got really offended.
Yeah, well, she did.
Now let me tell you what, you can say things to her like that. It makes no difference to her whatsoever. If she has decided that's what's happening, your input on it is not even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't imagine where she picks that up at.
I can't either. It's probably from that man that left my pine cones in the garage.
It's genetic.
Genetic. It leaped across.
That could explain some things, perhaps. Oh, Tanya says this is a technique she really wants to try. Hey, and those of you that are in makers, if you're doing even your process, we'd love to see your pictures, because then we can kind of talk through some of the things.
Yeah, and I want to see somebody do some of that, stuff they put through the shredder.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Could one gel print on a surface like that? Definitely. Now, you want to make sure that it's dry.
And the other thing I would caution you about is run your hand over it. If there's any sharp, pointy parts on it, I wouldn't put it on the gel plate.
Because the glue. Because you're going to want, like, if you want to get,
Yeah, I would get 2 or 3 coats of glue on here before I put it on the gel plate. Because those little points can be really piercing. I'm serious. I've ripped my fingers up. I'm speaking from experience here.
Oh, Fran's going to do the shredded stuff tomorrow. So are you going to do that on stream? So you guys that join us over there on Fran on the Edge, I will put a link to her channel. She usually, do you have it scheduled, Fran? I didn't see it, but that doesn't mean that, I run around doing all kinds of things.
Oh yeah, and we have to tell them about the carnival.
Yes. So we did the carnival on Friday.
I helped. Boy, let me tell you what, Mariah was a trooper. She was in charge of the bowling pins. So they're these blown up.
They were like, blow up ones.
Blow up, and so they had this big ball about this big. And I took tickets, but Mariah chased, and the wind was blowing. Kept blowing the pins over.
Some of these kids
blew the ball. And I mean,
swing
some of these kids, it's a good thing that it was kind of soft, because I mean, some of them were really zapping it. And she had to, of course, have to chase it down sometimes, because they would, yeah. But I mean, it was a workout.
I'm sore. That's not some activity that I'm used to. Brad's like.
And I stood up for, I don't know, how long were we there? 45 minutes?
30 minutes.
30, well, it seemed longer.
Although
And,
they may have been, I didn't really check the clock. They may have been like, well, you know what, we'll just hang out here and watch these ladies. I will say, I think that we rocked it. We were fun.
Yeah. And you know what was really funny is...
Yeah, it was a Disney school.
Yeah. Some of the little girls that did the bowling were way better at it. And I felt really... Because there were these little boys that just thought they were, God's gift. And they didn't even hit any pins. It went off because they threw it really, really hard and it went off. But this one little girl, she just stepped up there, zinged that sucker, and knocked them all over in the very first. And I mean, she was about this tall.
There was that one little girl that kicked it and like kicked it right into it. It was fantastic. We were very proud of the girls representing.
Yes.
Especially the little ones.
Okay, I just, did you see what I did there? I just ripped that up, but now I'm going to glue it back down and kind of smush it around there. And you can do that.
Now this is the other one, right?
This is the other one.
Okay, you switched
But you can see what's happening here with the background. It's starting to smooth out. You're capturing your colors. So, you know how we're always talking about layers?
Exactly.
This is layering because we're just going to keep layering until we love it.
Layering until you love it.
Yes.
And then, so something to keep in mind with this process is that, like, this is just kind of the start of adding the color.
Yes.
Now, will you come back and do you put more crumple paper, or now it's only layering?
Then you can come back and put it more strategically. If you've decided, okay, this is going to be my mountain peak here, but I would like my sky to be a little smoother in the background, you can smooth it out.
So yeah, you can bring in some.
You bring this in and put it right there and make that a lot smoother.
Now here's a suggestion.
Yes.
All those papers that you have, if you guys have done some of the techniques where you just do the lift up with the tissue paper, you could bring those in and utilize the color that's on those.
Absolutely.
And do some of the smoothing. Or add color that way.
Absolutely, because that's already set.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to use all of those tissue paper, you know, pull-offs, clean up things, this would be lovely.
You could, oh, and then, yes, so Miriam says that you can do stencil or print with jelly print on rice paper or glue on it. The other thing you could do is rubbings. So if you didn't really, if you're kind of like, all right, this is sort of not really my gig right here, or you wanted to bring in particular patterns perhaps, you could do the rubbings with the stencils. Remember, we've done that about 1,000,000 times. She loves it.
I love it.
I've sent you pieces of it. If you placed an order, some of you have pieces of that.
I've received
because I'm
that.
like, what am I doing with this? She just likes the process of it.
I do. I really love making pattern process, but for this purpose, it's just use whatever you have is what I would say.
Yeah.
And then take it wherever you need it to go. There's no. That's what's I think beautiful about something like this. But do go buy some Marie Callender
or
pot
canvas.
pies. Now see, this is starting to after you've put enough layers on, it starts to straighten out on itself. It's a little warpy in a couple of spots, but that is not going to be a big issue. I promise.
Or cereal
And
boxes. Yep.
Starting to get a bit hefty. So you know you're on the right track. Don't forget to clean the nose on your glue.
See, look, Sharon says, I have a folder of those rubbings after one of your streams.
Yeah.
And the little strippers are some of the best ones for that. And I am working on bricks. I hope maybe today.
Oh.
Have some brick pattern. That has been a request from a few. The universe requested it.
Yeah. Okay, well, I love this process. I'm happy that I'm doing this because I haven't for a long time. Because I just haven't thought about it. But it's one of those things that everyone is going to bring something different to the table. The oil pastels you can see here, these aren't anything special. These are just old pieces and parts, and I can't even tell you.
Yeah, this is a great way to use up those little bits that aren't probably necessarily good for anything that's going to give you any detail or any of that, so you can just kind of smush them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that green. Isn't that great? It's a great green. And then when you, just remember your complementary colors. You start going over it with the red, you're going to get some dark areas there. This is where you
There you go.
really do use that complementary color scheme to get areas that are interesting and dark as opposed to areas.
Now, are you going to bring this back on Tuesday?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll probably have another 2 or 3 layers on it by then.
Okay, well, try to keep one,
Oh, more or less pristine. And
like, or well, where you have it now, so we can
okay.
hit
I
upon
will.
it. I think it's kind of good that you have two. Hey, mouse.
And I'm telling you, this is the best way to go about this. And even having 3 of them is ideal. And I might start another one on my other on my other board that I've
Right.
got there. Because that way, if one is wet and waiting, you can work on another one. You won't have to muck up one just because you really want to do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I recommend having multiples. You know, that's how I do my tag. That's how I do my postcards. Just because then you don't mess things up.
Is there a Mingus, Texas? Well, that's great. Lisa Mingus says that. So Judy's talking about going to graveyards and getting rubbings.
Yes. Oh, I love doing that.
Yes, she does. And the older the better. My favorite was in Mingus, Texas. Rattlesnakes and fence jumping.
Where is this place?
I don't know.
Mingus?
Is it
What
like-
part of Texas?
Can we get to it? I mean, Texas is big. It could be 6 hours away. It
Yeah.
could be 30 minutes away.
Texas is like Europe. You know,
Yeah.
you people that go to Amsterdam and live in.
We're still in Texas.
Yeah, we're
And it's way
Yeah.
less. Although Austin is very wonderful. Although the traffic there to get there is poop. I think they're still working on some. They're always working on that road. That's really
all right.
part
Well,
of the deal.
I'm excited about this. I'm getting ready to.
All right, well, we're here at the end of the stream. We very much appreciate you guys hanging out. This was a super fun one. If you're coming in, this is the end. We appreciate you. Give those thumbsy upsies. Come back, watch the replay, leave the comments. We very much appreciate those as well. If you are not a part of the Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists Facebook group, that is the Facebook group we hang out with many of these lovely folks that you see here in the chat. Throughout the week, that's where we run all of our different giveaways and different swaps and all of that business there.
There's a lot of information. People are just
Oh, it's so
wonderful about posting cool stuff
and taking care of one another
and
us.
it's
Yes.
a really nice place to be. It's a
It is.
good, kind environment, and I go in spurts. You've noticed that.
Yeah. Me too here
I've
lately.
really, I've really been into this, and I've really been into the trees and the reindeer, and I have kind of been neglecting my Facebook commenting and whatnot.
Well, and when Izzy was off at school, so we're trying to get kind of back to our normal schedule. But
Oh yes,
very
my
much appreciate you
God,
guys.
that week of spring break was like a month.
it was fall break.
Oh yeah, whatever. But we never had
see
fall.
you guys back on Tuesday. We'll be tweaking this thing. Hopefully we'll have something else kind of fun to do. And then we have the collab that is coming up this following, for the YouTubers, this following Saturday. Sorry, my brain was kind of stuck there for a second. So we'll be doing that. Keep an eye out for that on next Saturday. But we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.